Simply being a human means that we all face problems. We experience problems every day. Most of the time, these daily problems are small, like being late, losing keys, or not having an exact change for the bus. Sometimes we have problems that are significant, such as difficulties with our boss or co-workers, not having enough money to pay for the mortgage, or arguments in our relationships. Even though some of these problems or arguments are small at the moment, however, if they continue over time, they can create a lot of stress. So you need to resolve them early on before they begin to accumulate. In this video, you will learn practical tips for consciously dealing with your current life's problems using a 5-step guide to enhance your well-being. Your life is filled with obstacles that shape your will and your analytical thinking. Each dilemma and the way it is solved teaches you something. However, before attempting to solve any problem, it is worthy to think it through. As Einstein said, if I have 60 minutes to solve the problem, I spend 55 minutes on thinking about the problem and only 5 minutes solving it. Psychology invented a system to cope with problems, which gives you a hint to crunch your problem down so that it's easy to swallow it. Psychology proposes the first step, which is defining your problem. A proper identification of the problem is the most important when you're dealing with a difficult issue. Now think about your problem and answer the question, am I saying my problem clearly? Usually, situations that serve as obstacles have such characteristics as novelty. Novelty means that you are not sure what to do. Complexity. Complexity means that you think that the problem is complicated. Conflicting goals. Conflicting goals is when you tell yourself, I am confused about what to choose. Uncertainty. It's when you ask yourself a question, what is going on? And at last, emotional difficulties. It's when you keep convincing yourself that you should do nothing because you're afraid to try and fail. You need to take a few minutes to consider the problem you're currently facing. See if you can identify what actually makes a problem for you. Your thoughts about the problem, your feelings about the problem, and whether you try to solve the problem, yes or no. Now you need to work on your problem. Firstly, briefly describe your problem. Secondly, describe your thoughts before and after the problem occurred. Thirdly, you need to describe your feelings before and after the problem took place in your life. And at last, describe your behavior before, during, and after you face the problem. The second step is looking at the problem from a bird's eye view. Every new challenge is part of a larger one. Just like you can approach the problem from different angles, you can also see it at different levels. However, there is a chance that you can get stuck in the details. To resolve this issue, you need to broaden your perspective and see the other aspects. To achieve this goal, you need to use a clear language. For example, a person, let's name him Peter, when angry tends to overstate the frequency of his friend's avoidance. When he first describes the situation, he indicates that his friends never share anything with him anymore. If he focuses on the facts and uses a clear language, he admits that it happens only about half of the time that he has originally claimed. If you apply this strategy for dealing with your problem, you'll be able to separate facts from assumptions. As soon as you have a clear picture of the problem you are facing, you should study it from the inside. Big problems can be decomposed into several small ones and be solved in parts, making the issue not as troubling as it seems. This approach helps you to set a realistic goal to attain. Now, when you have identified your goal, the next important question to answer is, what is currently preventing me from reaching my goal? In other words, what makes my situation a problem? At this point, you need to create your problem-solving worksheet. Write down in your problem-solving worksheet what makes your situation a problem, including any obstacles, conflicting goals, complexities, lack of resources, emotional difficulties, or unknown aspects. Complete your problem-solving worksheet several times, taking a careful look at what you have written down. In your attempt to correctly define the problem, you need to focus on what is currently going on, rather than what to do about it. Using the more objective and comprehensive description, there are likely to be more alternative ways to solve your problem. Just remember that it's more important to define the problem before you attempt to solve it.